Abusua yamama kwa abasonko so eba POG Media ene yedemba kwa highway ni so highway ni de ensem bebri wo so a yenso yaje pene se yebema yabedwafo no ahu de ekọ ene de eba na den na ekoso ewo highway ni so eye Listowell nana poku ajman ene de ensem bebri aba betuja na ene no wabawura Jubilee House na wabawura wakose fear and panic wɔ a enye asɛm ketewa koraa na wabawura Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne family emu bɔne a ɔmode edi Ghanafoɔ na ɔbɔ edin baako a nipa na ɔbɔ ne din no yɛfrɛ no Gabby Asare ɔkyerɛ daako na saa nipa no ɔse ɔno ɛna ɛyɛ the ruling governor ɔno ɛna ɛruli Ghana ɔno na ɛyɛ Ghana president ɔno na ɛyɛ Ghana prime minister ɔno nso ɛna ɛsan so yɛ Ghana finance minister deɛ ɔbɛka no ɛna Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo ɔde yɛ adwuma na Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo deɛ ɔno ɔte akyire ɛna ɛhwɛ deɛ ɛrekɔ so na Gabby Asare ɔkyerɛ daako no ɔno na ɛyɛ dirty works a ɛwɔ Nana Addo government no mu nyinaa wadrɔpe hot expose against Gabby Asare daako a wamfa ne ho ankyɛ no koraa ɛndeɛ watoto bi ama ne yie a ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa koraa na ɔse Gabby Asare daako no ɔyɛ very very wicked ɔyɛ obi a ɔka sɛ ɔtu ne ho asi wɔ na wabɔ wo korɔ no a ɔbɛbɔ wo korɔ no a Listowell ɛde saa nsɛnsɛm no nyinaa aba abɛto dwa na ɔsan so ɛbɔwura a Dr0p akakye na Bawumia nso no were dealing with him a yɛbɛpɛ sɛ yɛbɛma yɛabedwafoɔ no bɛma akɔ na yakɔ akɔtie nsɛm a Listowell ɛde ɛto dwa na ansa na yɛbɛkɔ no wɔ nsɛm kan bi a fa hyɛ yɛ comment section like na hyɛ ma afoforɔ nso nsa ntumi nka bi ɛyɛ POG Media ɛna maso egu so no yɛdam ase.
With Karawe, on a general secretary, the Ghana Agricultural Workers Union, and what raising issue be about the VAT 15% VAT on domestic electricity, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The point I was raising is say why ne communicating ma Ghana for say adeno and I said it's on hold. Official letter way. To be honest, the only thing I've seen is from Asase Radio.
Okay.
And I think you heard him speaking to it.
Yeah,
And that is the issue. 50%.
So,
Thank you.
You see, I have a problem with the way a man for a year surprised when it comes to how things have gone on in the past, and things are still going on in the present and even into the future.
Yeah.
To say a bit to me, be as a sabine. I'm very surprised when people are surprised. Oh, say, a buy way be a way biano. Say, we are very technical. You are able to believe that we don't have a president. Because technically, the misbehavior of Abino, any how nepotistic government such as this, no, a behavior, no. I had to say, even persons that are not in government, they are seen to be very relevant in the system now. Obi say Gabi. In fact, at some point, na akwai to say cabinet meeting kurano okobi, and decisions bi o wa aban no ansa na ebi kura ba da bedwamu no officially no na ono adi kan ama Ghana fo nyina ya aware.
Yeah.
You can remind yourselves with the e-levy staffs.
Yeah.
You can go as far as, PDS time. And your man will be a 1 year bemu. I mean, any can say information be or crana. You see, the reason why it will be a minister of state your man is swear oath of secrecy, oath of office, any oath of allegiance, no, is because and you may be one any can say the general public, no, or members of the general public, nimu baku krate, because they are secrets. What I say,
yeah,
and to the extent that, and I mean, no, can say no. What we're weaving into the government armor, persons that are your friend is saying ne trainees and ne appointees, the former appointees, and they have found themselves in relevant state institutions to say your friend say national security. Akwa no wo Danko Institute, and now the national security ano, yeah, could be an akwa. And so we are sitting on a time bomb. Yeah. A bit may explode because persons that ordinarily would not have even qualified to be in such places, and then they are in charge. Yeah. And we will merely discuss some of these things because I don't know who not anymore. Yeah. Oh, and you know, a ridiculous say about say now. The labor force no upa ene momun yintum say aban krasi say na omunka say okay, let's halt all activities in relation to that news now. Me no, I see it as a fictitious something any question will be a use said the omono abided by the principles of life because you see how do you say and you can hear from all the other media outlets no say government has suspended. How does a government suspend something without communicating it through a state? Your friend is saying a bureau or you're in charge of communication. Then it becomes official. Then it becomes official because a certain stupid individual baby ako bien kwasia radio Jimmy radio edin kwasia sem in his Jimmy mu atro krata beto bedwam say sana aban dwen, and because or what a relationship with President Akufo-Addo as a cousin, you know, no kadia any ebeye no kre does not mean no kre. I was happy when you were saying probably all through your discussion probably does not make things factual. And so media, I'm worried, but I'm not surprised.
But I'll come back to you. Uncle Samuel Agri, Executive Secretary, Food and Beverage Association of Ghana.
I was trying to let us understand. Say, I say in Ghana for no. Yeah, 2 doors out. I'll allow any pekuo kituebi. Yeah, omunru eduonu.
But as I said, radio also bet to me. Baby, ana mene agricultural friends, workers union secretary ni nyadwene. As I said, radio is a media platform, like any other platform to me access information from where they can also get information and put it out there.
Not can. You see where I disagree with you, Nese. If there was a level playing field that I've seen say will be to me a source for information, and now Accra FM4 a yakwadufo or Mwanko, and as I say radio Akko and when information now, it's a different subject. We can discuss that because you were journalist or more Ghana how we yakwadufo. Our mum pedjuma, our mum pebre, the omupani say. Yenkodi and yenkona yenko kele stories and we can discuss that, but this is someone or yeah busuani a cousin to Akufo-Addo will be in a radio station or the radio no acquire to say cabinet meeting membership no more attending meeting or must swear oath of secrecy. You cannot be a member of the cabinet without swearing an oath of secrecy. You cannot. In fact, say who call cabinet, your friend is saying cabinet meeting. Next, when you're member of the cabinet, crown is a be a common information. And no, you will proceed your first ones and our quack by way of giving information to the cabinet. No crown, you will process our firm. Enti say you technical as a state, and you say, "I then again any journalist behind me any information." Name Akufo-Addo cousin Gabby. So nana, and now wait me any information, and that a kind of things we can discuss.
Baby information in free bano and over problem and I say, I dare not any official. Me mediate various groups since this morning. And issue are Papa Rezi and almost Rezi say that wine say.
I'm worried about how Ghana is being governed and how information any kind say journalists na am I a hint because Sebi, what is the hint about? A buying or say or per se or the tax beto electricity so meboa
and or communicating through
what they information about 2 bedroom no amanfo do so no akra ma yakwa say a buying local standard I will betimi di ayes ade no because it must go through parliament and sana yetimi anya emra ebe baaki aban amanetimi di say adwuma no enya sa enti in the course of the action no ena obi a we bie ni radio a wo ye Akufo-Addo nua Br0kėn wo ye ne cousin wono nso so bie radio station no de akoto sa radio station ne platform so say aban kura say ekura say maka ne so manwe enya sa ena ye ka say sa nipa kro no ni nyina so ne sen ya ono de koto radio so say eti afen na me mehu se Ghana for because it has happened almost many as Hěǎvy as I say radio reportage and a man for Gina so ka say say na aban edwen at some point one no be catch Ghana for say o manya 60 million accrued in the fund meboa then no nya sa figure no it is because you need government what doing Ghana for who are near na enye ye no eye busuakuo bi e no mo ti baabi e no mo press afidie ni batem no mo kire say yenko ka say ti wo Gabby wudi kan ko ne ko ka say ukọ ne Twitter handler as if so no na president hunu.
Okay, so me producer I'll check it from information ministry or more a website and there is no information to withdrawal of the
Gabby and a president or a vice or a information minister communication minister or a BBR or say a finance minister. How when you're in where we also when your domestic politics be no how then can you then I will take Ghana I will say masimo ya kosi who be that and I guess obi asase radio no obi for them. One more the assassin radio reportage back what IMF say. She say aban ekrampo because of the echo so nti yetimi aye say. I don't know more the beko. Because I think it is the first time I say
and can say
Ghanaians
ministry
are waking up from their sleep. I feel amazing. This is the reaction I'm expecting from Ghanaians. Thank you. Sh0cks say from day one, very technical. And Kobi, and to me, sorry, say Gabby, as I could say, but could be a radio. Now, me, I buy say, I buy no count. Or your spokesperson, my buying. I don't know what the Ayan or the Ayan and Hochum. I buy letter or original Sodia Cassan away. They are fake news. They are the first publishers of fake news. First publishers. Fake news. Because it's fictitious. Is it the reality? Must the government not communicate before a journalist can say, Abai say? What is his locus? Assassin radio locus ne say. But just because Ghana for your fan sa and acquire to say a bushia and omu free baby and oma baby baby no ya oma fire say ya fire one. Oh Ghana for ye go Gabby di kan call my radio for ni say omo ye wia na fe no labor for no ama for krabeka say na say ban kra twen asan. And you can hear from many platforms.
And I think that is
me and then me tie your friend say joy for almost say Abaya are rescinding the decision. There no mujina so because of Assassin radio reportage.
Anyway.
And it's endemic. Oh, Abaya dia edidi yemu akwa to say Gabby na 20 yenti no ene odi free we dey kitchen hwa aben and wanu abeka. Men, you know, say Gabby so why nobody ever abem.
Who na be a sir?
Gabby Kwabna, what is his locus? Gabby in the portfolio ni then. What they are here fracadam, Eflim Flam Kwafo, just because we are cousin to Akufo-Addo. He cannot tell us baby and a wolf ni free. Apart from being a flim flammer, he cannot. He has swindled many just because he's a cousin to Akufo-Addo. He cannot tell us how he got the money he has today. Apart from being a criminal, a flim flammer, he cannot. So what JD say we Akufo-Addo offer ne cousin. Ninia. And untino, we a minister Krampa, he remote controls you as if say a president. It has been his behavior. What you can say or Tian or Yabagana. It has been his behavior. And Opa, Google about this. Now, how many media portals and a report to a someone or Marco Fefe assassin? I'm an abayet to say, no without any basis, any omunya even toilet paper cream for Abai say, Bagabi na kentino. Is that not a work of a swindler? Anyway,
we ne ensema Listowell nana poku ede etuja na sansem we no Listowell o say time ana Gabby asare ochredako ewo UK nyina no ono no saa bone no eno ana odi na omutumi ekofa information bi free ne radio station a eye asase radio na omakriti ensem bi afa ehun na cheche ya akoye se na nado dankwa Akufo-Addo na yes ade bet na nado dankwa Akufo-Addo no kra no ontin wo hwe Gabby na na ama ne radio station o mankasa bossa ensem no ho daru se ne be ya Ghana fo nyina so no ebedi atum se sa ensem we no na ekoso wo Ghana ha na omobo ensem no ho daru nso a ye gidi all because of say a free Gabby asare Gabby camp no urban intino Ghana for no obi agidi all because of say Gabby no oben na ado dankwa Akufo-Addo ya be pese ya be me abudwafo no be me asanso akọ ni akọ tie ensem a Listowell esanso eto aso ekanye medamase.
Come back to you. Make our man for say Sh0cks achede no
ye nyina edin kan hu say so we adwuma na ebi adwuma no in the course of activity no obra yehu baumia onye adwuma bia ena wabre. He has nothing to offer. I'm surprised Alan is saying say baumia abre adwuma be na waye what you say onye adwuma bia enti no I think say he has been very charitable considering maybe bia oni ne wa bamu ne bia Alan now said that mpe nyoma bi enti bia na he's just being economical with the truth. Baumia a free ada obeye running mate in 2008 eba ya bepim 2016 na no no metimi aka say 2014 15 16 ho no ena o started say oye bibi amagana fua agina tum say he can be a politician. And I started so oye public lectures. I think say after public lectures now you know when you jume biada we are paying him money for no work done.
Okay, so
he has been the most lazy vice president Ghana.
Member back to you, but lawyer Martin Pebu on it.
Kwabena me say Alan has been very charitable and very economical with the truth.
Oh, but you wait me account.
Oh no, but it's not fair, say baby Alan. But then Nama Yosema Kwakudruya, she say no, or the leader of the movement for change, a radical group. Now or behave to say also for original Popitanim, trying to mesmerize the audience. I don't think it's right. No, I was saying the panel. What can I say here? Bawumia is a very, very, very lazy man, and Busani made sir. Tembiano, ye chew and poor type. What you say? And yes, I being, but exams no. I say the examination, as they have always said, favors fools, and he's able to pass it, but. Sending dear pa dear. I'm sure you know one of his mates are Madam Fo. Or say Bawumia nye obia oye scholar wabeng debi. And me hwene ne ye na say mpempi no nipa a oye braggart no. Say oka asem na ono ankasa ne gestures no kura timi say I say, or brag it. If you cry or car, but what me say, Jan send me aeroplane. Even though car no crap on your pians and I just what I say. The way now, Bawumia be Jan and as a lecturer, and you know what got people swindled and made people feel say he had something to offer, no. And then a new beam, because myself, like I said yesterday, it was a novelty. Say a vice presidential candidate, one mounted platform, trying to, be very practical with the theories, and what terms are a year propounded by, persons in economics are. Or more enim what it takes, to mend the wounds at that time. And on my aphorisms, maybe. For example, if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you and all. So many of them. Only for him to become vice president. And you say, okay. Akufo-Addo na kra na beka say Bawumia. Oh, I. Now, Cano. None need that one in Bawumia. And you could feel it in his voice. In fact, Ubeka say, even as candidate Akufo-Addo no, or introduce Bawumia say, the economic woes of this country, because of Bawumia, it will come to an end. Then you come and you woefully fail, you perform abysmally. And then the word economic, it has become a difficulty. Say Bawumia, betimiaka economy. And now quickly, what Ghana say, your friend is saying, digitization, And now you see, idea nya una de buy no, and you difficult so betime defend it. According to say, oh yeah, o doctorate na Br0kėn thesis amount. Na afi yesi be defend. Na nipa kro na o Br0kėn thesis ma no Nyankopɔn atonsa afre no. Oni wiase biem. And ka ba fie wa kira o de e wo kwa wo se wo ka. Enti how do you defend your thesis? What you say? So, Bawumia no enkofo na tro sa lectures ni nyina ma no na okodwa nanum. E na sa nkofo no ebi ni wiase. It is say no. How does he defend his thesis? No, Oba Abemu no. When to me and defending the thesis. Now can some baby ba okay no. Enya John Mahama IMF for call ya and the first 2 years of Akufo-Addo Bawumia regime no. Ekomu baby omo famfa. Enu na suso omumu when IMF eyi ne say free economy nim no. Afe no on enimguase e be kan. Ene wetimi akwa ma the most ridiculous one cry e ba ya just say me how a government can just stoop this very lowest lower bar na to its barest say Russia now no ya only Ukraine for kontokwa no omo economy no look at the economic indices and the indicators no hwe baby omo economy no omo ya to bomb wo mukuro mu no hwe baby omo economy indicators no ejinejina na ya de etino Alan should tell it as it is. He should be able to tell it as it is. Bawumia is a very lazy man. It's not as if he went to work and he has fatigue after working. He has not worked. He's only drawing salaries for no work done. For no work done. Obi ntimi nkyerɛ me adwuma Bawumia yɛ baako pɛ. Untimi nkyerɛ me. Because nkyerɛ me amekyerɛ baby free. Everything digitization and digitalization John Mahama and I want the credit for it. On the dimijina baby na make us buy. Ono na your friend is saying or lay the first fiber optics in this country. Ono they see digital center. Ono they see data center. Entino bam time and na Uber ba Ghana ha. Ade na wo de be boy ekro no ba omi ade be boy ekro no. Say wodo na aye Ghana Post GPS ne oka say we were leaf flogging na den no. Sa nneoma na okeka keka ni nyina no. Se nya Mahama enka sa de no nka mai. Uber Mahama time na 2015 na Yama for Uber me use Uber me kwam ko tobi man kofo Mahama time and omo ba ye Uber wo Ghana ha etidie na omo de fa so fan kofo ko baby fa de say Bawumia na de bae eti Mahama time no Uber no omo nam kofo fi no mbo kokoko were we not using the app and was it not GPS? You see how Bawumia is a criminal. He can just use words. And you see, when you have persons that are able to swindle you with raps, Bawumia say okogers or benya ges pa onim rap. But what any beko? Okose dem a ontimi nyehu. Na just okobusa sewa. And you just okobusa sewa. Me dey menko. But Bento there, Kofi Bento there, me no I think say the least I discuss him, the better for me because I don't discuss such persons. You have a right to choice. No, me, I have said it to myself. Say I will always make sure my brain works effectively before I make a choice. There are people who don't find the need to apply their IQs. The people so IQ will low. Obi oha. Odwen ansa no aye bibi me no obi also okoye wi ansa no akofia akodwen ho. I think the latter is a big thing that can happen, can create a mess in a life or on a right to choice. Also pe Bawumia me kura me hu na o se Bawumia kakra in terms of their reasoning, their life and behavior. O se Bawumia they are not surprised, but to tell me say Yen so Bawumia hwe de it's the big lie, a big fat lie. That's one hwe as far ye gusu kra ye so ne hwe. Anyway, I so hwe no wa fairly. John Mahama was vice before becoming president. John Mahama could not even as president beat his own record as vice when he was the economic management team head. Some economic indicators are John Mahama in terms of inflation, GDP growth and all that, as vice president, when will be what? Fourth Republic, when will be that? And what be a president? And amo, when you Akufo-Addo, sika Ghana for the mamu, some of them, John Mahama, wakoji loans nkwa 54 billion. 54 billion, Ghana for ebetimi de omo nsa kyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma bebrebe so a ɛyɛ yɛn fa so deɛ Akufo-Addo ɛne Bawumia omo nkyerɛ yɛn efiri yɛ fɛ ne sɛn 2017 to date. They cannot even account for 10% of money they have accrued. They cannot. Whopa, after saying Omefri Abemuno, yenye national audit from 2017 to 2025 January 7. Yenye national audit. Ni say Enyoma Akufo-Addo no ba Abemu nyina omo yenie. How much did it cost Ghana? It will not accrue to 10% of Sika Akudi Omo. Criminals in government. Then you, Kofi Bentel, you think you can fool us because you look in our eyes and faces and you think you see fools. This time, Kwasi Eniate, Agroni Begu, and then Romamonam, so solicited for views, maybe. Yeah, and that's the first time our politician BIS. I think the first time na in democracy, you know, the constitution. Framers of the constitution went round like that, soliciting for market women and all those their views and to just get a constitution for Ghana. They went round. They say Mahama is going round. But we had yes, we are Mackenzie for no South Africa for no much on the manifesto man. Yeah, channel. How much the obey? Anyway, this time down boss and the obey. Anyway,
but Edgar, now Obi sending me message. I was saying no busami because and I mean one MPP communicator engagement.
Madam say mwanya ebre etie ye na we ne and some Listowell aka actually Ghana for na isi ade wa ma yahu say isi Ghana no. Gabby Asare Ochredakon ono and a prime minister Oruli Ghana asin wa exposing ono no say o Gabby ono na ehye underground say vata edeba criminals year ekoso Ghana hasi no ono Gabby ene sha ase na yesori ana ye de bibia so bo ni na akobo na nado dankwa Akufo-Addo ne Dr0p sana Gabby Asare Dako ono na Dr0ps nyina abusua ye de mbesi ase na ye besa nso akan mo say o ensem kan bi afahye ye comment section like share ma afoforo nso no ensa entumi enkabi ye besa nso akan mo say POG Media any update bi ebeba bi anso no ye be ma ya bedwafo na mo nso mahu de eko ene de eba medamase